Hello everyone, what is cooking all you good looking people out there, and welcome to another exciting episode of GeoGuessr. Here we are in yesterday's daily challenge location. Very nice. I like this place a whole lot. It's very cool. It's Christmas time around here. You can see the tree, the leaves are falling, but again, it's close to Christmas time. Everything's so green and beautiful. Looks like even flowers are growing. It looks like not here, not where I live. It's a little bit colder and grayer and awful looking when it is winter. Although, you know, a snowy winter, a snowy Christmas really is the nice thing. I mean, everyone is always jealous of the snowy places in December around Christmas time. They think, oh man, it'd be so nice. But after that, you know, you guys really have the upper hand because someday, you know, January and February really suck in the snowy places. Anyways, time to guess where we are. And what do we have here? Children, okay. That's all in English. That's all I needed to see. Oh. Well, are we going to cheat? Well, I guess we are. We're in America somewhere. That's interesting. Well, there you go, if ever you wanted an ad for whatever the hell that is. So we're in America somewhere. We are in America because it said .us, which is not often used. Where in America would this be? I don't know. Let's go with Georgia? Yeah, why not? Let's go and say this is in Athens, Georgia. Let's make the guess, and the answer was no. We were actually in Orange, Texas. You were in Orange, Texas, 2157. All right, here we are in today's daily challenge location, and ooh, what a cool spot this is. Suddenly, it seems all too familiar, which I'm hoping it's not. I'm hoping it is. Well, I mean, there's a lot of familiar features to this, but now somehow the view through this door opening type thing seems rather familiar, but I hope it's not. I hope this is a fresh, original location, but my God, after 490, what are we on, 495 times? Jeez Louise, it's starting to get tough to remember which locations I've done, which locations I have not. My God. But thankfully, Google Maps is a thing that gets always updated, so there's always going to be more, which is great. Anyways, like I was saying, this is today's daily challenge, which means that it's up to you guys to tell me where in the world you think we are. If you have any idea, all you need to do is put your guesses down in the comment section below. Tell me where in the world you think this is, and in tomorrow's video's comment section, I announce the winner, the person that guesses closest. Now, there are no prizes, but there is glory to be won, so if you are interested in becoming the day's top GeoGuessr, then tell me, where in the world do you think we are right now? All right, here we are in the main section of today's video, and actually in quite a fitting location because today's viewer challenge is brought to us by none other than someone from Geelong. That is right, someone from Geelong. Thank you so much for this challenge. Now, this one, must admit, unfortunately, is quite a bit late in the sense that I probably should have been playing this one on April 25th, not on May 22nd, because this challenge is all about Anzac Day. That is right, something I've just learned about, which is apparently a very important day in Australia and New Zealand. It commemorates a battle, or, yeah, a battle, I guess would be the right word, that took place on April 25th of 1915, I believe, because apparently this year is also the 100th anniversary of it. Now, I haven't actually looked it up because that would tell me where it is, somewhere in, I'm going to just guess France, because that seems likely, in 1915, but I have no idea, because it's the last location in this challenge is going to be that location specifically. Apparently, it's actually quite a big, not celebration. I don't really know if it's a big celebration, but it is a very important day, maybe one more important than even Australia Day and or you wrote the name of the New Zealand Day celebration, which wasn't called New Zealand Day. It had a name with an interesting pronunciation, like I'm not even going to try. It starts with a W. Y'all know the one I'm talking about. Of course, everyone does. Apparently, yeah, it's celebrated, or perhaps even more important than that one, which is very interesting. Now, in Canada, there is sort of remembrance of the battle of Vimy Ridge and other sort of Canadian accomplishments in World War I and II, but mostly here it's all done on Remembrance Day, November 11th, which is definitely not celebrated. Well, again, it's not really celebrated. It's not really a thing you celebrate, is it? No, it's not as big a thing, I guess, as Canada Day. So it's interesting that there is something like that in Australia. Anzac Day, first time I'm hearing about it. But, well, actually, the first time I heard about it was when I first read the challenge and then chose it, which was a few days ago. But thank you so much, someone from Geelong, for sending this. And we're going to find out a little bit more about it, and I'll be definitely actually reading up on it after the video is recorded. So thank you so much. All right, let's get right to it. Boom, challenge accepted. And if you're interested in creating your own custom challenge, well, you know what to do. Look down in the description below, find a step-by-step guide on how to create your own custom challenge and how to send it to me. And then, yeah, it'll give you instructions on how to do that. And then you can also find a link to this one so you can play along yourself. All right, and then we have to do the obligatory full screen, default screen to get, it being proper. Because for whatever reason, it adds sort of white bars everywhere. So we're somewhere. My initial thought when I first saw the location, although we just could be absolutely anywhere, just when I saw this shot right here, as I thought, oh, we're in Canberra, but we may or may not be there. I don't quite know yet. I'm going to say it is a possibility. The giveaway sign was on the left, and, well, actually, yeah, people are driving on the left. So that's how it looks. Just because there's so much empty space, and this is kind of like an Australia themed challenge. It's not really. Okay, AM. That seems to make sense. Wildlife Photographer of the Year on now. National something. Kia ora. Welcome. Okay, that feels like. Yeah, I would say, yeah, look at the geography of this land, and that's north, so we are, okay, why am I zooming into Canada now? I know we're not there. If we are in Canberra, which is where I believe we are, and this would be this, we would be not the National Library, but we would be something like around here. National Gallery? Is there water, right close by, though? The water wouldn't be west of us. It would be east of us. So either we're near the middle section or we're somewhere else. But this is kind of the area I thought we were in when I just looked at the place, but I could be completely wrong. What does this says? Birkenhead. Okay, Birkenhead Transport. Well, that's nice. What else do we have here? AM. Auckland. Ah, okay. So no, it is not big, empty. Not empty, but Canberra. I've been over it. Very bizarre city. Very cool city, especially viewed from above. But very bizarre city, that's for sure. But we've gone over that a bunch of times. Auckland is where we are. Now, I always forget which one is Auckland and which one is Wellington. I mean, it makes so much sense when I see it now. It's, of course, Auckland is this one, which I believe is the big city, and Wellington is this one, which I believe is not as big and is the capital. But I always forget which one is placed where. It makes so much sense when I look at the map. It just doesn't make sense when I think about it. So, where are we? Well, we are University of Auckland. No, I don't think that's it. I think we could see these. So, I think we are. No, not the girls' grammar school. That doesn't seem right. We are Auckland Art Gallery. Yeah. This seems actually pretty good. Like right here. It's where we were. No, it's the War Memorial, not Art Gallery. Come on now. That's, boy, I was silly. Vector Arena. Now, I wonder what sport gets played in Vector Arena. Let's see. Is it rugby? Is it Vector Arena? How big is it? What's bigger? A stadium or an arena that would house cricket, or one that would house rugby? I don't know. Are those the two most popular sports in New Zealand? I don't know. I'm guessing that they are, but that's mostly because those are two sports that are incredible. Well, not actually. Rugby's actually kind of popular, if I'm being honest. Over here, cricket isn't, and we've gone over that as well before. This is a really beautiful area. But those are just my guesses of what the two most popular sports are in New Zealand. I honestly have no idea, and I think it's probably very naive of me to assume it's those two, because those are sports that are associated with New Zealand and or Australia. In fact, I don't even know if rugby is popular for sure. I think it is. I'm fairly certain it is. I'm not being crazy and just I'm not being one of those people and just, forgetting that New Zealand is not Australia, right? I mean, I know cricket for a fact is popular, but I may be making a big assumption in that rugby is popular. I know they're different countries, all right? I'm very aware of this, and, there you go. But maybe I am being one of those people and just forgetting that New Zealand and Australia are actually different from one another. I remember it was a big eye opener. When I was a very very young child. Like I remember, really young, and I remember, thinking like, oh, Australia and New Zealand. I mean, very young, and I just learning about the world and the way that it's laid out. And I remember, actually, it wasn't Australia and New Zealand on this one. It was China and Japan. And I remember, thinking like I don't know anything about China and Japan. So to me, they felt like, very much like similar countries to one another. So I thought, oh, China and Japan, those are pretty much the same country. And I was probably like 3 or 4 years old. And I remember my my best friend's brother at the time. He tells me, he's like, that China and Japan are much more different from one another than Canada and the United States. And he was right. They are. Very much so, by actually quite a bit, because, again, as a Canadian, I feel fine saying this. Canada and the United States are basically the same country. But I remember that blowing my mind that was actually true. I was very surprised, and I don't know, that was one of the things to think like, oh man, just because they're close to one another and they're far away doesn't mean that they are, similar to one another. I don't know, that seems like a moment that for whatever reason I still remember to this day. I don't know if it was really that significant in my life, but I do remember it. So let's just make the guess. I mean, we're wrong in space, but there you go. So I think with the Australia-New Zealand thing, that very early on, again, maybe it was even part of the same conversation going through different kind of countries, that I remember thinking like, oh, okay, they are actually different places. I don't know. Just a weird memory to still remember actually having that conversation with just someone who was still a child, but older than myself, and thinking, what? That's true. I don't know anything about these places. And, now that, I mean, okay, there are differences between Canada and the United States, but seriously, the differences are very minimal. I mean, Australia and New Zealand, I mean, in Canada and the United States, similar language, and I don't know how, different culturally they are that much, but I think that I would say it may be a Canada-United States thing going on, or maybe it's different. Maybe they, really have quite separate identities. Again, when comparing Canada and the United States, which I, jokingly say there's barely a difference, but a lot of people would say there's a huge difference, this and that, this and that, this and that. But let's all agree, compared to the other assumption that I made as a young child, China and Japan, now those are real different. I mean, that's completely different languages too. So there you go, 63. Boom. All right, what do we got here? iPhone 6 is coming out. Also, we've got a Anzac Bridge, White Bay Cruise Terminal, Sydney Exhibition Centre. So we're in Sydney, Australia. There you go. Oh, okay, another one, Anzac Bridge. This is the Anzac Bridge in Sydney. Oh, that's interesting. Is it the Anzac Bridge? Yeah, it looks like it is. Okay. So we're going on a Sydney Bridge. Oh, this big billboard. That is not this one over here. Well, there you go. We're learning something new about Sydney. This bridge. Where are we? We are further east. Oh, okay. This is surprising. All right, so Harbor Bridge is what? Are we really further east? Are we what direction are we in? Because this is Harbor Bridge, right? Which is this one. So where are we? No, that's east of us. Oh, okay. I'm an idiot. I see. So this is Anzac Bridge. Oh, that's cool. So, okay, there you go. I don't know what east and west actually mean on a map. I'm sorry. But there you go. So that is Anzac Bridge. Oh, that's interesting. So we would be like around over here. Yeah, I think so. That is very cool. Okay. Oh, yeah, nice view. I mean, you really should just stop here and take a look. It's beautiful. So, we're learning a new area that I didn't really know what to expect. Wow, it's very... is the big split taken on here? I don't really know. But wow, this is still pretty darn built up, my god. I mean, I thought the big downtown area was here. But this is like we're still in it, aren't we? Is that really this bridge? I don't know. I'm starting to think it's not, because this is a tunnel. So unless we're here, is this? Oh, this is Anzac, bro. Okay, there you go. See, that's what I was looking for. I knew there was something fishy about this one over here. It seemed too far away. It really seemed too far away. But okay, that's what's going on. Oh, now that's cool. We're looking like this. Very nice. All right. So there you go. Downtown Sydney. It is a beautiful city, that's for sure. Sydney, a city that would I want to live there. I don't know. Maybe it's too hot. What can I say? What can I say? I mean, I don't know. Saying that, there's a lot of other places that I've said that I'd like to live in that are hot as well. So why would I have a problem with Sydney? I don't think I would. Is that the #1 place in Australia that I'd want to live? I don't know. Is it? How's Melbourne? Is it better? Is it worse to live in than the very downtown area is what I'm really wondering about. I don't know. Brisbane? I'm going to say rule that one out. I think these two are probably the way to go when it comes to living in a big city in Australia. I don't know which one is more fun in the long run. It's always, who knows? But beautiful city, this one for sure. And Melbourne as well. Although, who knows, we're going to go visit that today. Wow. I love it. Let's make the guess, and the answer was 6454. Okay, I guess the wrong side of the bridge, or not far enough. Well, now we are in somewhere interesting. Please stop on request. Well, yeah, you should always really do that when someone is telling you to stop. You shouldn't just, plow right on through. That's a really bad idea. Oh, man, that is funny. Woo! Look at this guy. Oh, that is really good. That is really good. Oh, boy. Well, there you go. He's flipping us the bird. Oh, man, that is funny as hell. Oh, what a hero. What a fucking hero that guy is. Man, I wish that I had flipped off the camera. I don't know. I'm still waiting on those pictures to be updated to see if in full glory you'll be able to see me in Street View very soon. Because I just, the car just sprung up on me. My God, it was taking a corner and then boom, right there in front of me. I saw the Google car and I was like, oh, that's cool. They're redoing Street View. Apparently they redo it every year here, so there you go. I guess that's what you get for living in a city. Well, it didn't quite look like this, but my family used to have one of these vans, a Toyota Previa. No, that might be a Sienna, actually. Yeah, that's a Sienna, isn't it? God, they look ugly as hell. They're really... Look at these headlights. That is just one of the worst things I've ever seen in my life. Man, they looked a bit different here. Even the early 90s ones looked a little bit different here than that. I mean, my God. That's not a van. Where's the van? I thought that was a van. That's not a van. Well, there you go. Anyways, what a terrible looking vehicle. that is. We used to have one of those. God, it was such garbage. But yeah, there you go. I wish I had flipped off the camera, and then it would be sort of memorialized forever, or at least for 1 year, in the Street View pictures. That would be fun to see. Anyways, I'll keep my eye out to see when the pictures get updated, and I'll tell you guys if I'm actually on them. And then you can go on a scavenger hunt, try and find me. Countdown. There you go. Trucks passing. Countdown. So where are we? We still haven't figured that out. Actually, other than like, just making like a wild guess and guessing that we are in, I don't know, I believe we are in Australia and or New Zealand, so that doesn't help at all. Which one do I think we are? .co. Maybe .nz or .co.nz, I believe is what that says, although, yeah, .nz. All right, so what is this? Is this like Christchurch or something like that? Is it Christchurch or Christchurch? I don't know. Is this Wellington? I'm unsure. I'm unsure what city this is. To me, I don't know. To me, Wellington. Oh, hold on. Wasn't there a big sign that just said Wellington? I always imagined Wellington as being a little bit of a bigger building, but a bigger city. Wellington Cup Day. Huh. All right. So this is what Wellington is all about. Actually, rather a small city. Oh, okay. Not like Auckland at all. Well, that explains a lot. Let's go with... I don't know. Let's go with this one right here. I mean, we're going to click right in the middle. No, we're at like a park. So like right around here is where we were. Let's make the guess, and the answer was 6415. We were actually, okay. Museum of Diversity. That's where we were. 6415. All right. Now, where are we? Location 4 out of 5. We're still in Australia or New Zealand. It looks to me like Australia. Although there's 2 flags here, so I don't really know. Then we've got Fort's Store. So where are we then? Can we travel up this road? I believe we not. Convoy. What does that say? Convoy Walk. Is that about... Okay, I don't... interesting. I wonder what this is commemorating. Fire hydrant. Okay, well, there you go. Where in the world... Okay, there's water. And I believe we are in Australia. But other than this parking lot, don't know if we can actually go anywhere. So is there... Okay. Princess Royal Fortress National Anzac Center. Oh, wow. National Anzac... Australia, New Zealand. Is that what Anzac is? A-N-Z. What's A-C? So what does Anzac actually stand for? It's not the name of a battle. Does it commemorate a battle in specific? I didn't look it up. I was just told that it was celebrated similar to, or remembered similar to, the Battle of Vimy Ridge, which, again, is remembered, but not that much. Mostly any kind of World War I and or II I keep saying celebration, but that's not really the right word for this, is it? Happens on November 11th, on Remembrance Day, which is a much more general thing completely. And the Battle of Vimy Ridge, although it is remembered, because I think it happened in April something. April 12th? I don't know. I see. I don't even know the day. 17th. I looked it up not too long ago, which is the most sort of embarrassing part about all of this. It's not something that like everyone actually sort of remembers, because it's one of those things you just kind of learn about in high school, and then you kind of just keep in your back pocket, so as sort of some knowledge. You know, if you were asked about, you know, Canada in World War I. You could mention that, and around Remembrance Day, then we talk about it and stuff like that. But other than that, on the specific days it happened, it didn't. So I'm still not exactly sure what Anzac Day is. Although ANZ as being the first letters sort of makes sense so far, but the AC, I don't know what that stands for. So that's a little bit Fort something. Is that like up here? No, it's not. It's not up here. For whatever reason, I'm thinking it is, but I don't think it is. I mean, this kind of looks right. Fanny Bay. I don't think we're in Fanny Bay. What about this one over here? No. No. Port, no. Derby, I don't think so. And is there anything up here? Thursday Island. Oh, that's interesting. Cairns, Townsville, Port Douglas. I don't know if we're ever going to find out which one. Well, we are going to find out. I just don't know. Port Lincoln? I don't know. I'm not going to guess we're in Port Lincoln. That doesn't really seem to make sense. I feel like we're either in Western or Northern. Maybe Western. Yeah, that seems to make sense. All right, is there anything around Perth, which is where we could be? Let's guess. Let's go guess something. Useless Loop. Wow, that's interesting. Could we be up here? No, not there. Let's go guess we're around Darwin. That's about as good as I can do. So we're gonna guess like up here near Lee Point. And although I'm fairly certain that I'm wrong, I just don't know where we would actually be. Or maybe we could be like here, like around East Arm. Oh God, I have no idea. We are in Australia. We are in Australia. We definitely figured that one out at the very least. Or maybe we're up here. I mean, maybe we're like around this way, or maybe we're down this way. I honestly have no idea. We could be, yeah, okay, no. Let's go here. This feels right. As like a place. Maybe it was like a launching point for troops and stuff to go to places in World War I. It feels like over here would make some sense for that. So let's guess we're right around here. And the answer was no. We were in Western, but we were actually down over here near Port Albany. We were in Albany. Is it pronounced Albany there? I don't know. I believe it is in New York, but I don't know if it is pronounced like Albany in Australia. And where likely the other original one is, 2045. Oh, there you go. No, actually, was that the last one? Anzac. National Anzac Center. It's where the battle took place. The last one was? Oh, no, this is the last one. Okay, all right. I was very confused. I thought that was the last one. Okay, so this is where it took place. This is where it goes. I was very confused. I thought the last place was the fifth location, so I was quite confused about this. All right, there's a big monument here. And it was a beach. It was a beach, and in my mind, it's a beach in northern France, but we don't really know that yet. So, Anzac 1915. We've got two languages. Evacuation, and then another language, which I don't know what that other language is. Defense of Turkey. Oh, Turkey. Oh, is that where we could be? We could be in Turkey. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, in World War I in Turkey. Oh, that's possible. World War I wasn't Turkey at that point, was it? It was still the Ottoman Empire? But I don't know. I mean, there's still a Turkey in there, right? That was just I don't know. I don't know how things go. Look at me. I'm not very good at history, okay? They don't teach us all these things. Because, yeah, there was something about that, but I totally forget what it was. Turkish landing, and we're in a place that looks a lot like this. that is over here. So we are in a place that looks a lot like this. Okay, so it looks like we are around here. So would this be where we are? On this one? We could be there. Or we could be around over here as well. I'm gonna guess that we are on this one over here. No. Could we be there? I'm gonna guess we're right around here on this point. That's where I'm gonna guess. Anzac, 1915. We were actually up here. And that is okay, Anzac. And then so that's we were in Turkey. Oh, that's interesting. I did not know that. Anzac Day. Let me look it up real quick here. Yes. Stands for Australia New Zealand Army Corps Day. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so it's a day for all of that. So it's not a day. No, because Anzac probably doesn't exist anymore, right? It was a thing, or is it still? Honestly, I don't know. 1915, 1916. Okay. Mediterranean. Okay, I see. The Australia and New Zealand Army Corps, ANZAC, was a First World War Army Corps of the Mediterranean Expeditionary Force. It was formed in Egypt in 1915 and operated during the Battle of Gallipoli. General William Birdwood commanded the troops, which comprised troops of the 1st Australian Imperial Force, 1st New Zealand Expeditionary Force. The Corps disbanded in 1916 following the Allied evacuation of Gallipoli Peninsula and formed the 1 ANZAC and 2 AMZAC Corps. All right, original formation. I'm not going to read all of this, but there you go. There is a lot for me to read here, which I will read after I'm done recording, which is going to be very soon. So this is that peninsula that they were speaking of. I believe it is Gallipoli. There it is, right there. And this was probably a very important point in World War I, right? A very important sort of choking point right over here. Is World War I? Yes, Fourth World War. That's right. Control of this area meant control of all of this, at least naval control of this area, meant naval and supply control of much of this area over here. And yeah, that's very interesting. Well, all right. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this episode, and as always, I'll see you guys next time. Aw, yeah. Cue the royalty-free music. 3, 2, 1, go. Come on, everybody. Get on your feet. Stand up, look at the screen, and repeat. I'm gonna like, rate, comment, and subscribe. I love watching Ather vids all of the time. Thanks for dropping by and spending the time. Hope you've enjoyed, and let's get on with our lives. Oh yeah. Thanks to Kevin MacLeod for these awesome beats. Woo yeah. Have a good one.